story of the beginning. My dear children, I cannot be with you anymore. Create cities together. This is your mission. Explore the unknown world. Arcade.
Hello, and welcome to the Arcade Research and Development live stream number 2, the second one that we're doing. And I'm really excited. Also, I'm very sick, so my voice is going to be very harsh throughout this episode. But I'm very excited because we're testing some really cool things today that I've always kind of wanted to know since like the beginning of playing, which I guess has been pretty much everything that we've been testing so far. So I've got a couple people to help me here today. Alrighty, we've got Nuo here. Nuo, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
And he helped us. You helped us last time with everything. Nuo, you got your own channel as well, right?
Yeah.
For Twitch. Can you
Yeah.
say the channel name for that? I don't remember that off the top of my head.
It's Nuo_.
NHUO.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And we've also got Jimpy with us here today, who wasn't here with us last time because he's a jerk. Let's see, he's saying hi. That's fine. And so we've got really cool things. I'm super excited because somebody on the forums posted, like a few weeks ago or something, saying that it was possible to send a car over the ocean. And I thought that's wacky, because I don't think the harpoon will actually work that far. I don't think they've actually tested it. I think that was just an idea, and I really want to test it here today. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be testing to see if we can send a car over the ocean. And I have a new car now. Guys, I have the silver freaking expensive automobile, which is like 5,000 more gold than if you just get the black one off of the auction house. But it doesn't matter because I love driving in this game and it's so much fun. So we're going to try to send that over the ocean. If that doesn't work, Nuo, do you have a character that has that 30-day car?
Yes, I do.
Cool. Well, we'll give that a go and we'll see how that works. And then I think I told you guys to meet up at Deer Farms. Let me head over there. I don't know if that's true or not. Is that true? Is that where you guys are hanging out?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Awesome. So, the idea here is we'll need a couple of harpoon boats. I know, Nuo, you've probably got one. Jimpy, do you happen to have one on that character?
No, I do not.
Okay, Nuo, do you have another character that also has one of those harpoon boats?
Neither of my characters have a clipper.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to build one. We'll have to figure this out.
I was going to build one for Bulb, actually.
Okay, let's just freaking build them. They take like a minute to build, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Build a clipper.
The only thing about building a clipper for Bulb is that's the same count as my Westalt that has the 30-day card token.
Oh, I see. Wait, hold on. I probably have... Wait, is there a 30-day clipper?
No, there's a 30-day fishing boat.
All right, well,
That's
we're gonna do it with one. Let's just say let's give this a go and see what happens. So let's head over to the coastline here, both of you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. Oh, this place is in war. Oh my god. That's fine.
11 minutes.
Oh yeah. Well then I guess timing is just a tad off. Do you have a glider, Jimpy? What level is it?
Yes.
Oh, you've got the most.
This one doesn't, actually.
That's fine. We'll just go around.
What's going on?
Probably level.
These are my pirate flipping alts.
Okay.
So they 15 mounts and that's it.
Oh my god, that's right. I remember that. You helped me get to pirate.
Yeah, on my west.
I have to try that, which is actually pretty easy. Alright, so we're over here in the ocean. Oh wait, would this whirlpool kill you? It wouldn't do enough damage, surely.
I don't know, actually. I do have 2,000 health. So, boy, or
No,
something.
it doesn't even do damage to me. So.
Hmm.
Oh, it does damage to boats. That's how it works. Alright, so that's fine. Actually, I do have another... let me think here. Nuo, do you have any, like, galleon or something? On that character?
No. The only boat that this character has is the stupid ducky boat.
Okay, that's fine. That's actually fine. We can work around everything here that we've got. I'm actually 100% confident in that. Because Nuo, you and I have harpoons and you have an ult that is a car. Perfect. We have 2 boats and a car. So if we have to do that, we will. But the plan here is, Nuo, go ahead and spawn up your boat, and I'm going to spawn up my car. I hope that nobody costs me
If you need
100
more
shotguns.
alts, I have more alts too.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, say that again?
I have 2 more alts if you need them as well.
I think we should be okay. Well, I think we should be okay. We'll figure it out. I'm not too worried. Alright, so here's a car. See if we can actually make this work. So let's pretend that has packs in it. Yeah, so Noah, go ahead and summon your guy. Or isn't that working?
The only thing I have on this character is the stupid ducky
Oh, you don't
boat.
have the harpoon? Oh, that's right.
No.
That's right. Okay.
I was
go ahead.
gonna build one for Bulb, but
Is that the character with the car on it?
it's not the character with the car on it, but it's the same account that has the character with the car.
Okay, go ahead and bring over the dude with the car then.
Bulb's a bit busy with Aggies at the moment.
Oh my god. Alright, we didn't plan for that, unfortunately. Okay, that's fine. Because I can't summon my Clipper with the car out, right? Yeah, they won't let me do that.
No.
How can we get around this problem? I don't want to build a boat on live stream. That's counterproductive.
Yeah.
What?
Aggies.
That's true. GMP, you want to switch servers really quick? On your
Just
main.
back. Yeah, just 3 days of cooldown.
Oh, well. Wait, 3 days? No. It's a month, isn't it?
Well, I've been
Oh.
transferred for
3 days
most of the month already.
Never mind. Has it really been almost a month since that?
Yeah. Dang.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Where do you see the cooldown? How do you know it's 3 days?
I checked around.
Oh.
You check on the website.
Interesting. Alright, well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do this then. Let's head over to... Wait, do the boats in Mirage Isle have harpoons on them? Can you summon boats in Mirage Isle?
Oh, that's a good question.
Alright, well, let's go check that out, because that's our best bet without having to build a boat.
Yeah.
Or how long would it take to build a boat if we did it? 'Cause, let me see.
Not long. I'm pretty quick.
Well, we'd need a harpoon clipper design, which is 65 gold, so I can get that. Oh, there's clipper material. Oh, it's freaking 100 gold to do it. Okay, let's do it right now. We're gonna get your character a clipper, Nuo. Your little dude here. Alright, here we go.
I can get the design. It's 50.
Gilda, but I don't want you to
whatever,
use
Gilda's-
Gilda for it.
I don't use the Gilda on either of my alts anyways, so.
Okay, okay. Go ahead and get that from Agile. Oh wait, I guess you don't have to. You can go to the marketplace now.
Mhm.
Oh, cool. Alright, so do that. I got the clipper material. Oh wait, we don't need to do that. That's literally 100 lumber. Why would I buy it for 50 gold? Alright, alright. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is gonna be ridiculous. I wish this place was in peace, because we have to carry some lumber packs from wherever we can make those lumber packs. Where can you guys make lumber packs? Can you do that?
Housing zone probably as well.
Housing zone.
Oh, how
You can
about the
outride in
marine
the
housing?
car, too.
How about the marine housing?
Marine housing.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean on the northeast?
Northeast.
Do you have a
Yeah.
port over there?
We can port to Karanord.
Alright. Yeah, no. That scares me. This place is in war. Here, come get in my car.
6 minutes left on.
I know. Come get in my car, guys. Come over here. Let me use my
Okay.
car for something
yeah.
good for once. Besides
Can you
just
lasso me?
Yeah, I can lasso.
Good. Please don't hurt me. Ah!
Did that not work? Oh my god, I got so
That
scared.
did.
Alright, this doesn't look weird at all. So we're gonna go over to you said the zone over in the northeast. Oh, is it because it's in peace or something? I know. Wait, why are we going there specifically?
Because the lumber thing's right on the edge of the water.
Oh, I see. But there's one
Or
over here
close
near
to
the water. Like, to our east. Oh, but that's not really good water to build something with. I don't know if we can build in this little hubby. Is that a good word for that? I'm just gonna say that.
Actually,
Isn't that usually like husband?
Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, maybe cubby hole is what I'm thinking of, not a hubby hole.
Yeah.
A hubby hole is something completely different. Alright, anyways. Yeah, could we build one here? Could we, like, place the design, like, in here, you think?
we could build it in Karanord also works.
Can, yeah, when this place is in peace. Which, by that time, I guess we would be there anyways. So, all right, okay, we will go to Karanord. Is there like one of those things there though to build stuff, like a log cabin or a log?
There is a
Yeah.
sawmill station. Yes, it's
I don't know. Yeah, okay.
somewhat close to water.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll do that. Hey, Mr. Berry. Let's see. Okay, let's head
Good.
over.
I'm just gonna bring Bulb, the final boss at Iggy's reset. So it's gonna
Oh,
be.
you can have the car, right? Okay.
I mean, I need a boat for Bulb, and On doesn't need a boat as much. Because, I mean, I could get a boat for. I could get a clipper for On, but then
Okay.
we'll eventually be getting a clipper for Bulb as well.
Oh, that's fine. One of them can have one. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fair.
Because once we have to test with multiple harpoons, we can just use his vehicle and my galleon with several harpoons on it. So let's just go into here during war, because that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm sure there's no.
Dead server anyway. Who cares?
Oh my god. It's not as dead as you think when it comes to these kind of things. See, there's an interracial guy right there. Alright, so let's go over here. This is perfectly normal. There's nothing weird happening. Let's just not think about this. Where's all the stuff for here? Where's all the sawmills?
It's
It's
over
probably
near
to
the
the
way
west.
station.
Oh, okay.
We can just walk if you don't want to like.
Oh, yeah,
Or
this is
we could do it
exactly
from the
Drive
North
around in an
Housing,
expensive
actually.
car.
The North Housing works as
Oh,
well.
you're right. Alright, let's go over there. We got 3 minutes anyways. I don't want to use my car. My super expensive car. North Housing, that's exact. Oh, yeah, that's perfect, actually. Alright, so we'll go there. We'll build your boat. We'll test getting a car over the ocean. See how that
I just
goes.
spilled water on my keyboard.
What? That's not good. Oh,
No,
time-
that's not.
Don't you
Alright, go turn off your keyboard and fix that.
turn it off and on again?
Yeah, yeah. Alright, well, he's out. Let's build you a boat, Jimpy.
Yeah.
Nuo's got his own stuff right now to worry about. It's perfectly fine, yeah. Nuo, go disable your keyboard and then clean it. And then if you can get another keyboard, do it. If you can't, don't worry about it. Jimpy and I are going to test this one.
Oh, you know what I have on this account?
What do you have on this account?
I have 50 Hound of Curio statues in my warehouse.
Wait, 50 Hound of Curio statues?
Yeah, just in this warehouse.
Oh my god, that's a little insane. Alright, so assuming that Nuo's disabled, because, yeah, getting the keyboard fixed is also apparently... my Alexa thought that I was saying something. Let's get you a boat then, Jimpy, so that we can solve all this stuff. So, let's do just that. What do we need for that? Is that literally a picture of... Yes, it is. Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Alright, so, in order to do this, let's get you... What is it, 50 Gilda stars? Nah, I'd rather just pay gold. Alright, harpoon clipper. Here you go, you can place that down. I think that's how that
Let's
works.
make everything, and if Nero's back in time.
Okay,
I guess so.
either way, it's good to have more boats.
Mhm.
That's not what I... Jim P. There you go. Jim P with 3 Y's, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you gotta mail me.
Yeah, I mailed you on that. Okay, so what do you need for that? You need
Thank you.
3 types of packs. And you need
Lumber, fabric, and iron, and clipper
or
materials.
clipper materials, right? Which I think you craft somewhere, right?
I think it's a carpentry.
Oh, you have to craft it at a shipyard workbench. Oh my god, why do they
Ew.
complicate things? Alright, that's fine. I will go to a shipyard workbench and then come back. I actually have a port here, I think.
Mhm.
Where's the shipyard workbench? Is there one in Karanord? No, there isn't. That's right. Alright, so let me do that. What else? What are the 3 different types of packs you need?
It's fabric, iron, and lumber.
Oh my god. Wait, is there literally no fabric on the auction house? Why did somebody buy
cannot
out all
check.
the fabric? What the hell? Wait, I have fabric. What am I saying? Not 100 fabric. Wow, there's no fabric on the auction house. Alright, we are insanely unlucky here when it comes to this stuff. I just have to buy those harpoon clipper materials. But that's fine because it's for science.
Hmm.
Alright, so here, you can start building that. I think.
You could always just craft some, you know? It'd probably be cheaper.
Oh wait, you
Just buy.
still need the... Ah, crap. The clipper materials aren't for the thing, aren't they? We have to get the fabric no matter what.
Yeah. Clipper materials just needs 100 lumber. So you really need 200 lumber, 100 fabric, 100 iron.
Wow, this is ridiculous. Why is there no fabric in the auction house?
Just buy
Wool?
wool.
And then process
Fine,
it.
yeah. Dude,
Oh my god.
I can do it. I have 1,000 labor that
know
I'm
you do.
literally never gonna
I think
use.
it's ridiculous that we have to sit through that. Because we shouldn't have to. Alright. Here, how about this? Let's solve all the problems. One sec.
But there's a crafter's house nearby too.
Okay, I'm back. Should be good now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have some fabric?
Fabric? No. I can buy fabric though.
Yeah, no, you can't. There's none in the auction house. Okay, hold on. What do I want to do here? How can we solve all the problems? Because apparently everything that is going, or can go wrong, is going wrong. Let's see. What can we do to solve all these issues?
Shit, I'm not good.
What's that? Oh, you're not good? Yeah,
No.
go fix your stuff, Neo. That's gonna take some time to fix.
I'll just build the clipper and steal your 64 gold glory.
That's fine. Yeah, that's not a big deal. I'm just trying to think. How can we solve the fabric thing?
You could buy goat wool, or no, not goat wool, just regular
Just
wool.
wool.
Because Rhythm has a public crafter's house here that we can use to make it quick.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna ship it to you. Have fun. You need what? 300 wool?
Yeah, 300. 3 wise, remember.
Where'd it go? There it is. Alright, okay, have fun with that.
Yeah.
And then the other things we need are the clipper materials, lumber, and you said iron?
Yeah, iron, lumber, and fabric were the 3.
Alright, so we've got everything here. Let's craft that. Once that is done, we should be good. But I didn't send you the clipper materials yet. But I can do that. Let's
Oh,
go
they make you need
jeez.
proficiency for it? Gee.
Oh yeah, you might have to do each one singly.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing this in 1 at a time. Nice and slow.
Okay, cool. I can teleport back here because this is public. And I already have this location. I can't even target you anymore. So that's fine. Let me build something else while we're waiting for you to make that. I have to go build this Andelf Seabreeze rudder. And the idea there is that we can test some of the rudder things a little bit later.
And then you can make the clipper materials while you're at it, too.
I already have that. I bought that. Let me
Cool.
just.
Oh,
get
this is in a
email.
pack? I thought it was a pack.
It's a what?
I thought it was a pack.
It is a pack. No, it's not actually. Oh, I see. No, it's not a trade pack. It's just like literally like a thing.
It's weird.
An item, yeah. But I think you need it in order to place down the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't find a mailbox in this house. Is there a mailbox? Oh, there's one.
Yeah, it's up here. Up here near the
is there?
chest.
Oh, there's one down here as well.
It's on the wall.
Alright, so there's the clipping materials.
Here.
You almost done with that part?
Half.
Alright, meanwhile we'll build the sea breeze thing. We'll get everything together and then we can test it all. We should be good. We may have lost Nuo though for this live stream, but that's okay. Because I think we can still test stuff. Now the rudder stuff that we're going to test later should be pretty interesting as well. Depending on what we find there, it could actually be significantly different. But I feel like people have tested the rudders before, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like people should be using one type of rudder that they aren't, which is a little bit strange. But we'll get into that later on today. So, where's that steering gear? And I have, what is this, an Andelf rudder, right? Andelf Series. Okay, cool. Oh, Andelf, here we go. Cool. Alright. Alright, coming back. Are you almost done processing those?
5 more.
Alright, cool.
4.
Go ahead, then you can place it down somewhere, and I'll start bringing you packs. Actually, I think you can... Can you just walk there with a pack already?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
Yes. Oh wow, that was a weird load-in that just happened on my screen. Alright.
Lumber is first though, so.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah,
Got
I'll walk
lumber
there
on
with
me.
a pack.
I've got everything actually.
Okay, I'm actually back.
Oh, you
Yeah.
fixed it? Everything is okay?
Yeah.
Generally, it doesn't.
Everything's pretty much okay.
Okay, I hope so. Because I know that when I had to get a new keyboard when I spilled water on mine, because I didn't unplug it in time. Like short circuit. It's not always fun, but it happens.
It
Keyboard's
yeah,
a short
I didn't. It wasn't much water, and it was only down in like the control shift area. So my shift was stuck for a bit, but it seems to be fine now.
Okay.
So where are we going to build this? I guess just over on this side, down here. And Nuo, you want it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already bought
So
everything.
come over here and trade me.
Yeah, you guys will trade. Get everything. Are you guys in a party?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Let me get, you said lumbers first?
Yeah.
And you have the fabric, okay. Oh, but I can't make it here, I have to go to that zone, right? I have to go to...
Yeah, you can make it up there. You can make it at Rhythm's house.
not the lumber and stuff.
Yeah, you can make the pack.
There's a sawmill up there?
You just use the pack making thing, and like so it's on the right. Okay. There's 2 things, right?
Oh,
There's the main thing and the auto refining. The refining is the one that you use to
oh, but those, I didn't know that those make trade
packs.
packs.
Yeah, they do.
What?
Oh, you already have a Clipper dry dock, huh?
Yeah, I said I did.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Well, fine. You
Well, I
give
guess
me
we
that,
can build
I'll
2.
I'll just resell it.
And I'll give you that back.
Yeah. Give me
Yeah.
that back later. That's fine.
There's actually a funky thing you can do. That if you have Clipper dry dock in, you just bind it to a key on like a shortcut bar.
Wow.
And if you just press it real quick, it is a quick zoom out on your thing without having to use like mods or anything.
Huh. Oh yeah, because it zooms you out, so you can.
Yeah,
Place it.
and as long as you're not mounted, you can do that pretty much most anywhere.
That's
Cool.
pretty interesting. Yeah.
So I have the fabric, so we just need the iron pack now.
Alright. Build
Yeah.
this.
Oh,
I
it's
have
iron. Is
I
it
have iron on.
lumber, iron, fabric?
Yeah, lumber.
Let me just use my Nuian trait here to construct things
Oh,
30%
man.
faster. I'm also stuck inside. Wait, let me teleport to something. Can I teleport to you? Nah, I can't teleport to you.
You'll be fine.
No, I'm actually stuck. I can't get out. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. It's too funny. Wow, you built this in... Oh, okay, we're good. I will
It's the
teleport
simple things, you know.
over to... It is, yeah. It's so simple that everything is going on. Oh my god. I can't teleport to it. It's just out of view. Alright.
I'd
Fine.
lasso you, but
Can I do this here? No. Oh, I'm screwed. Alright. Can I go down? Oh, I can go down. Good. Sweet. Alright, I can't trade you, unfortunately. So. this. Who wants to make what? So, Chimpy, you've got
I
the
have
fabric.
fabric.
I'm gonna mail this over to you, Bulb, or Nuo. Okay, go ahead and grab that and make the iron pack. Just activate the Nuian trait here. My god, look how fast I'm building this. I'm building it 30% faster than normal.
What a wonderful trait. It's almost as good as our 30% harvesting speed.
Oh my, hey, that's actually useful though. For like single planting, that's great.
I guess you're right, yeah.
But the thing about the 30% harvesting thing, it also comes with a
the recall, so
recall
you never
reset.
use it for that.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
A recall?
Don't you get like News Blessing or something? No?
A recall?
Or is that another one?
What does that
Yeah,
mean?
yours. Like
Mine?
we get to reset our recall cooldown.
Yeah, we get to reset our recall cooldown, and we have 3% cannon damage.
Wait, what? That's literally a trait
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Haranya?
Yeah, they're buff. Yeah. There's explosive expertise, which is ship and tank cannon damage, and then there's harvesting speed that also resets your recall cooldown.
That's insane. It also resets your. That's awesome. I didn't even know about that. Holy shit! Why isn't everybody playing Haranya? Wow, those are really OP. Reset your recall
Yeah.
cooldown.
That's great.
Moderately OP. All right.
Ah, there's a ramp here now. What the fuck am I doing?
Well, you don't even have to be on it. I don't think to build it.
Nah, I just
Whose
wanted to
boat
get
is
up
this
here.
anyways? Bulbs. All right, great.
Yeah,
Finally have a harpoon. Oh man. All right, let me go summon up my thing and we can start this.
And then I'll mail you the stuff
So
back.
I
as
can
well.
finally put up on the screen. Here it is. Bam. Can a car be a boat? Can we finally figure this out? I don't know, but we have a boat to find out. All right, here we go. Summon this guy.
And then we lady bird up 3 times.
I want to do something. Come on. Oh man. I wanted to test something, but I wasn't able to do it while you guys are over there making your harpoon. So, something I found out a long time ago where if you're on like a longboard or something, and you jump up in the air, and you get off the longboard while it's in the air, you can actually
It
effectively
stays there?
freeze it.
Yeah.
There. You freeze it there exactly. You can do the same thing in a car, and it's hilarious when you do it because obviously the car is just sitting in the air. It's harder to accomplish though, but yeah. Wait, what is On doing? What the hell are you guys doing? Why are you all building a ship?
One man on missions.
Wait, it requires 25 Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that new?
You can finish it. Oh man.
No, it's been around since I remember.
Really? I didn't know you needed 3 labor things to do that. Other ships don't have that. Galleons definitely don't. So maybe it is new.
No, it's just been clippers.
Alright. Alright, cool. Does that have a harpoon in it already? Great. Alright.
Yeah.
It has to.
It has 2.
Harpoon this bad boy. That's 2. Oh wow, that's alright, I guess. So here's a car. Go ahead. Yeah, perfect. That's wait.
You have to
missed
be
it.
driving the car for it to work.
Alright, go ahead and pull me in. Oh, you have to do it again.
Okay. Yeah. You want me to shoot?
Yep.
Right. Just
Yeah,
shoot
go
you.
for it. See what happens.
Okay. So now you just want me to reel?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
See what happens here.
Is it Estet? Oh my god, it's not reeling.
Is it
Yes,
anymore?
it is.
Is it? I can't hear it.
I don't see the
Huh,
line
that's
anymore.
weird.
Do you see the line still?
Oh yeah, I think it broke.
I think it broke,
Yeah.
yeah. Alright, let me try doing something
shooting
else.
again.
That's good enough. Hey, you are attached, and apparently my car is like being really weird right now. Alright, so I'm trying to get
The
into
line's broken.
I'm trying to get where I'm like
I think the line's
stop.
just snapping me.
Oh, but you won't be able to target me from down here, right? Yeah, probably not. Alright, let's move the boat over to more flat land where I can summon the car and it just stays perfectly still.
Okay.
I think for that we can. Oh, you've got it. Alright, that's cool. We can go over to the west, like Kieran itself. south rather, I guess from you guys. You should be able to, you can harpoon people in peace, right? There's no issues with that.
That might be it. I don't know.
I don't think it is. Everybody usually complains on the forums saying, oh my god, you can harpoon in peace, and everybody wants that to be fixed. It's perfectly fine gameplay in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't see why they would complain, because for the most part, it doesn't even work.
Alright.
Like, you can't pull ironclads or haulers with a harpoon. Oh, you almost got that synced up.
What are you guys up to? Alright, I'm over, like, near the docking area. There's a concerned citizen running around for some reason. I'm, like, pretty much at the fish stand. You guys coming this way?
He's more.
Maybe.
Cool. Alright, and then we'll try this again. Maybe
I don't know if it's this.
maybe you're actually not supposed to be in the vehicle to do it. I think being in the
No,
vehicle
you
is
have
the
to be.
promise. Really?
Yeah, you have to be. The vehicle is static unless you're in it.
Yeah, but if somebody else pushes it, does it not move? Okay, okay.
No, it doesn't move if you're not in it. If you are in it, it does move.
Alright, well, we'll try
That's
it
why
both
they
ways.
make you
just
stop,
because I'm curious.
so they don't have to do momentum at all, because they're lazy.
Yeah, so it's perfectly stopped. It's not moving in any direction. So go ahead. You can harpoon me now. Move on,
Yeah,
first,
you need a turn.
There's
yeah, I
a
see you.
concerned citizen moving my car. Pushing my car out of the way.
Strong guy.
Yeah.
Can you
seriously.
turn a little bit, you know? He's not quite in the range.
clockwise, yeah.
Okay, I might have to fix my keyboard.
Oh no, is it bad?
Oh no.
Oh, you might be doomed.
I can use
Okay.
on to control it perfectly fine.
Okay.
Because on's
Okay.
actually on my laptop.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna harpoon the car now. Still there, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna reel it
We
now.
can see the line, and you can see it tugging, yeah. Oh, it's working! Oh my god, this is great!
Hey.
This is exactly what we're looking for. So maybe don't reel in, maybe just you just drag me. All
Yeah?
right, go ahead, see how far we can
Alright.
pull this
I
thing.
think if I reel in though, it'll hover you a bit.
I don't know. Last time you reeled in, it like killed the line. I'm just like lazily drifting at the bottom. Yeah, let's try to. Wait, am I slowing you guys down?
Yeah.
Oh my god, like severely?
Yeah.
Okay, see, this is where you bring two clippers in. And here's my question though: is it gonna hover me above the ground when we get to the point where you know the depth is too
Or is it
much?
gonna pull us down?
Right. Oh my god. I don't think it's gonna pull you down if you can already pull me. I just technically physics-wise, we'll find out. Yeah, once we get to deeper water. All right. Well, so it turns out I can't breathe infinitely. So let me just summon a water pack or use the Dahuda's bubble. There we go. Forgot about the whole breathing problem.
That breathing thing. Oh, we are slow.
Oh, go to the right a bit. It's way deeper to the right if you go to the right. Just go like all the way to the right. Just like 90-degree turn from the wall, and then just go forward. Because right now I'm like, as you see on the stream, I'm just driving on the ground pretty much. That's what's going on. So last stream, Jimpy, if you don't know, we figured out that the harpoon time is 3 minutes. After that, it automatically disappears. Essentially, you'll need to somehow grab onto the car with the second harpoon. I think that's perfectly plausible to do. So if this works, and so now I'm definitely just hanging in the water, and the line isn't breaking. So yeah, this actually does work. Confirmed. You can send a car across the water. If you had a second,
It's dragging us down a bit.
Is it really? I wish I could see it from
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, like the bottom half is, or the back half of the ship is kind of tilting into the water a bit.
Oh, that was perfect. Oh my god, this is awesome. That pull.
So
is
let's
really hard.
want me to reel it. Oh my God, we're going up.
Hey, how's it going? Actually above the water at this point. That is awesome. And it's like shaking really strangely too. So,
Huh.
assuming that you had a second clipper and they would grab the line before, you know, the first one goes away, you could actually send this across the water with 3 packs in it. That's not that's not entirely wacky or crazy. I think that's actually pretty easy to do. Oh no,
That's
I
awesome.
cut. Did you
You
cut
do
it?
7 packs.
I'm gone. I'm at the
No,
bottom of
it
the ocean.
weird.
I'm gone, guys.
Must have been 3 minutes. Time flies, huh?
Well, when it happened last time, the line literally just disappeared completely. This time it looks like
Yeah,
it
it
actually
just.
cut and it was still attached to me. So it's
Mm.
possible that you guys went a little bit too fast. But, I mean, I would say that's absolutely plausible, though. Actually doing that seems pretty reasonable. That's pretty hilarious, though. How did you guys end up going faster? Was it just like a boost or something?
No, we don't have a boost, actually.
Oh, wow. So I guess maybe just at some point after my boat left the ground, for some reason it stopped carrying your boat as slowly or something. Something that
Maybe.
like that might have happened, which doesn't seem
Or
to
it
make
was
any
3 minutes.
sense. But I guess that's just how it works. So I can certainly say that this is definitely plausible. Nua, if you need to take care of stuff with your keyboard, dude, no problem. I know that stuff is an issue. So yeah, you can do that, no problem. Jimpy and I can test the rest of the stuff. We should be okay. All right, so that's pretty much plausible. Let's move on to the next thing. Finally, after making a boat and actually testing this with a fresh new boat, we can now test the rudder thing. So, Jimpy, I'm gonna make a portal over here to 2 crowns, I believe. You can get attacked in 2 crowns, right? Let's go to Diamond Shores.
Yeah, I think so.
I will make a Diamond Shores port to the 3rd faction. Can I still do that since I'm not on the 3rd faction?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Oh, I can't?
No.
I can do east, though, so I mean, I'm fine.
Do you have a little thing on the east?
Yeah, I
Oh,
have
oh,
East Housing Province and Rally Point.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I'll just do Rally Point.
Sure.
And,
I'll meet you
we'll meet up.
guys in the middle then. Diamond Shores. Rally Point. Okay, cool. And I think that'll work then, because So, what we're going to be testing here, yeah, the radius of the ship changing stuff is pretty low. Alright, so Jimpy's got his port up over there. Don't go into mine, no, you'll die instantly to the cannons. Which I guess, you know, that's fine.
Not the end.
It's not ideal.
Or I would actually lose experience, so
Oh, you would, yeah. Don't do
clearly
that.
it would be the end of the.
Well, luckily the experience up to level 50 is almost negligible at this point.
Yeah.
Alright, so, there's a few things to test here. I'll need your help mainly for oversight and making sure that I don't screw up with the math and everything. Because we need several eyes on this to actually make sure that this is proper. We're going to be doing a lot of testing with turning, with different rudders on, and we have to make sure that the timings of the turnings are different or the same or whatever they are, because we don't really know. So, there's this long kind of idea that everybody's had, that if you use different rudders on different ships that aren't meant for those ships, you can get different results. I perfectly understand that, and I agree that that would be a thing. So that is exactly what we're testing. If you guys want to head over to, like, right in front of the crane, that should be good. Essentially, like, where the overlap is for the green and the red circles. And I'm over there in the water right now. So you guys can just hop into the water. So, first up is, I want to test everything on a small boat to see what happens. So if we test different rudders on a fishing boat, just to see what the results are, that should tell us a lot already from that. Now, obviously, testing large rudders on a small ship means that the weight of those rudders is really high. But the weight on ships only accounts for the speed. As far as we know, it shouldn't account for turning. So there might be something with regards to that, which we'll find out. So let me grab the Zephyr rudder. Is that a Sea Breeze rudder? No, it's a Zephyr. Lutsong Zephyr rudder. We'll grab that, we'll take that off of here. And we'll summon the fishing boat. We've got a couple runners here to test. Alright, so fishing boat. Or actually, let's do the fishing boat. Let me grab the rudder from the fishing boat, and then I'll do my harpoon clipper is what we'll actually test this on. Because that way we'll have 4 rudders to test on the clipper. Should be good. And the clipper and the longliner both have very similar weights for their rudders, so it shouldn't matter too much which one we're using. So I just have to remember to put these all back later, because otherwise I'm going to summon my boat and won't have a rudder on it. It's going to be pretty useless. So let me summon the clipper. Where's the And apologies, I am pretty sick right now, so my voice is going to sound a little bit harsh. That's why I didn't do the Saturday stream, just because I was sick at that point. Luckily I got better. Alrighty, so currently we've got a Zephyr rudder, and if I turn in one direction, I'm not going to count this like I normally would to see how long it would take for one full rotation. What the hell? What was that? Did you just see like
your propellant just got added?
Wait, what? That was weird. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did it like repair itself or something?
Maybe.
You're
Probably.
in an as you light, so it did. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. It just looks more repaired. Gotcha. So this is how this turns right now. If we can test, I guess we can take the timing. So from start.
Yeah, one of us can stand in the water.
Including acceleration. Oh yeah, that works actually. Yeah. So go ahead, Jimpy. You can go off there.
Here, I can even like summon some mounts. I guess no, I can't. We can do one mount here.
That's fine.
And then I can stand on the other side.
You're in a
There
perfect
you go.
location right now. Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're going to stay there, and then we're going to see exactly how long it takes to do a full rotation, including the acceleration time. So let's do that. I'm going to turn right. Hopefully it actually turns right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 12 seconds on the dot, pretty much. Now, we're going to face this back towards you, except left is now right and right is left because of boats turning in physics. Yeah. When you're already turning, it changes. I don't know, whatever. Okay.
God, that's so weird.
I know. Do you just want to move over to where my boat's currently facing?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Alright. And we're going to change out the rudder for just a really large one. So, not this one, because that has 102 turning speed. And we're not testing that. So here's a basic Zephyr Lutesong rudder, which is just really, really heavy. And you can even see it on the... Oh my god. Look how it looks on the clipper, though. It's a pretty big rudder. It's certainly not ideal looking, but you're directly in front of the boat, so now we're going to check to see the turning time.
Also, the hilarious part is it does have a hitbox.
Yeah, you can hover over it. And you can... Yeah, exactly.
And you, like, run into it. And if, like, you can do some weird shit with it.
I feel like you... Oh my god, if you brought this thing into Marianople or whatever, like the main cities with harpoons, everybody would just be like, that's the weirdest looking ship I've ever seen. And it would actually maybe make it easier because the back part of your boat is like above, like angling you differently. Okay, that's pretty funny in itself. Let's see if it's actually useful. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to count the time. So we're going to do it now. Here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, so 14 seconds.
Jeez.
But the big problem there was turning. So not so much the turning after we've accelerated. Pretty much, it's very obvious that what this changes is the acceleration, not the once you've already started turning. The turning rate is always going to be a maximum of the same. The turning speed, degrees, is always going to have a maximum that is the same, that is. However,
You could test that too.
That's what I'm
By
thinking.
just doing a second revolution, just to make sure on that.
Sure. Oh, to see if the time is less? No, it should be less, 100%. Oh, I see. We'd have to test every single one. Okay. Sorry, I'm like moving the boat here. All right. Let's do
One of the things that someone specified is that maybe steering speed increases, like you don't lose as much speed when you're turning if you're heading like forward and
Yeah.
you're trying to turn at the same time.
If you're moving, I can see that. Yeah. Generally, the idea from the forums, at least, and what Newell is pointing out here is included, is that steering speed is supposed to make it so that you can literally move the wheel faster, which makes sense, and it actually does contribute to a pretty significant advantage. Meanwhile, turning speed, which is what you see only on the Andelf rudders, actually increases the turning speed, like the maximum speed of turning. So if you are doing a weird circular thing, you'll turn faster in the maximum speed. It's unknown though whether that affects maximum speed or the acceleration. So this is the sort of stuff we want to test here today. Because if Andelf rudder only affects the maximum speed of turning, it's not entirely the most useful thing, unless you really want to turn for some reason in circles like that, like what we just did, which generally isn't the case. But we'll test that. We'll see. So let's get rid of this ridiculously hilarious rudder, and we're going to use the Andelf one. How do I do that? Let's do this. Use the Andelf one here. We'll equip it, bind it. Looks a little bit less ridiculous than the Lutzong one. But since it was clear that the previous one only had changes between the Kirinord rudder and the Lutzong one in acceleration, we'll see how much this works. So this has a weight of 500 grams or kilograms less than the Lutzong one. It's 1,000 compared to the 1,500 we had previously. So let's see what this does now. Go ahead and, yep, stand right in front of it, Jimpy. Perfect. And we're going to do this again. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it might have been a little bit more, which is actually kind of strange, because technically this one has increased turning speed.
Yeah. Are you using a stopwatch for that? Or any app
No,
or
I'm
anything
using
like
my beat thing. I have like a thing that I use for timing and everything.
that?
I've learned to master it, but let me actually use a stopwatch just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
So let me.
Because I mean, if you're miscounting, that could screw up things pretty easily.
Yep, we'll do it. Let's go here. I've had to like count in my head for like years and years and years when I was leading stuff, so naturally I had to become good at that, because I can't always use a stopwatch for things. Alright, so go ahead and get in front of the boat. And we'll just do this. What was that? Alright, you ready? Alright, I'm gonna do this at the same time, so I can't have my mouse on, or my hand on the mouse to talk, so here we go. Oh, that didn't work for some reason. I still don't know why that's not working. Okay, there we go. I got it. Alright, so let's see how this goes. Yep, 15.4. Alright. So it's actually kind of strange that this one is slower than the Lutzong one. Let's do the Lutzong one again. Just to make sure. Because theoretically the Lutzong one should actually be slower, but like not only is it larger, but it weighs more.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's switch over to that. Alright, and we'll do this again. So that was 15.4. This is going to be... let's start this one. Wow. Wow, that actually does feel a little bit faster. Huh. $15.25. So it might have been
So about
almost
the same.
exactly the same, yeah.
Yeah, it looked about the same.
That's very strange, but maybe the turning speed maximum makes up for the fact that it weighs less? See, that doesn't make any sense. Theoretically, the loot song one should be significantly slower. Oh, yeah, that's
Why don't you
probably...
test the full turnaround?
Hmm.
Yeah, like the second revolution.
Well, the second
See if
revolution...
that's speed.
Okay,
And there goes
I
Nemo.
want to see what the turn speed is anyways. So let's do that. Alright, here... Oops. Okay, here we go. $32, $33, $34. Yep, same thing. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to keep going. Oh my god, I completely forgot. Alright, so, this is what it is. When you get to maximum, so the time on the second degree doesn't actually matter. What matters is the maximum turn speed. And that's important to note because on this boat, the maximum turn speed is currently 34.5,
Mm.
plus or minus 1 degree, or 0.1 degree. So the maximum turn speed is 34.5. If I switch literally while turning to the end elf one, I guess it completely stops you, and we continue turning, the turn speed should theoretically be, I don't know, 2% more? So let's see here. Nope, it's still 34.5. Oh no, 34.6 now, 0.7, 0.8. But it takes forever to get to that point. I guess because of acceleration slowness. No, now it's going back. It's bouncing between 0.8 and 0.5. Might be because of the
Yeah, it
how
should
small the
be
boat
like
is.
35.2 is a new max.
Oh, if you're going up by 2%, you mean?
Yeah.
It might not be doing that just because it's a small boat and the acceleration doesn't account for it or something of that sort. I'm not totally sure. Okay. We'll be able to, I think we'll be able to see the effects of that a little bit better on the bigger boats. But I guess it's important to note that pretty obviously using a small rudder on these is better. Now, the Carnord rudder is, here, you can look at the stats yourselves and I'll show the stream. We're going to compare these two. So the Carnord rudder compared to the Siren Song rudder. The Siren Song is, they're both the same weight to start. Obviously, if you upgrade them, they decrease the weight. The maximum upgrade, I believe, is 220 grams, so you take away 80. It's pretty expensive to get that. But assuming that lower weight means actual legitimate faster turning, which is what we see between the large rudders and the small ones, it may or may not be some small advantage. Obviously, we added 1,500 kilograms to this, or 1,200 kilograms compared to the Carnord rudder. And the acceleration, while it did slow down, wasn't super significant or anything. Like, it was noticeable, but it wasn't significant. So if you take away 80 down from the Carnord rudder, it's probably going to be very, very slim of a usefulness to that, right? Theoretically. But obviously we don't have one of those rudders to test, and it's hard to get actual a whole of them. But just like all these other upgrades, it might just be a small percentage of what it is. So, that's pretty much, that is the only difference. Although the Siren Song rudder says increase turn speed by 100, which is a little bit different text than the Carnord rudder and every other rudder for some reason. But it's the same thing, so nothing really to look into there. And it also looks a little different. Looks like that weird thing. Little weird tail coming off the end. We'll see if this has any difference compared to the Carnord rudder, though. So let me point this a little bit towards you. If you can align up to the front of the boat, we'll check the turn speed. Sorry, it's still moving a little bit here. Okay, it's still moving a little tiny bit. Waiting for everything to be 0. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Alright, let me reset the stopwatch, and we are going to turn using the Siren Song rudder, which is the one from the fishing boat. So here we go. know if the I don't even know if the turn speed is that crazy effective compared to the big ones. All right, here we go. 33. 15.4. That's exactly the same as the big rudders.
So I'm kind of wondering what we're comparing here because each of these says increases the turning speed by 100.
We're comparing weight at this point.
Hmm.
So these
So it looks like weight doesn't affect it, huh?
It might not, because this is exactly the same thing that happened with the big rudders. So now let's check the Kieranord one just to make sure. Maybe Kieranord one is somehow different. So let's reset the timer. I'm gonna do this
In which case we should test it on other boats. Because maybe it's just because it's more natural there or something weird.
Maybe there is some kind of thing coded so that this rudder works with this boat, which would be weird because that means an Esnin rudder should work differently on a Lutzong boat, right? Because they're not the same boat. Something strange is going on. So let's make sure. Maybe I just timed the Kieranord one wrong, and they're all the same, and weight doesn't actually matter. And you can actually run around with a ridiculously crazy giant rudder because it doesn't make a difference other than looks hilarious. So let's find out here. Let's begin this.
Oh wow, that's a
15.4.
Okay, yeah.
So
That'd be timed then.
maybe, I mean, this is very strange, but maybe it's something when you're doing it on the move, and you'll notice a difference. Because this is the most basic way of testing it, right? You're at a standstill.
Yeah.
You have the full acceleration motion. So go ahead and climb on my boat here, and we're gonna be switching rudders while turning around the area. And I'm gonna make sure that you don't go too close to the cannons over there. And we're gonna see if we notice anything super noticeable. So here we are, the normal rudder, everything's fine. I'm just gonna do a swerving left and right, like this, right? Alright, now I'm gonna switch to that gigantic rudder. We're still swerving left and right. There's an obvious delay now between when I press
Yeah,
left
it's more dramatic.
and when my guy actually starts steering. But apparently I can just fine go over the water here. My rudder goes into the sand, which is kind of funny. Alright, so the big difference is that it takes longer for my character to say, hey, I need to start turning the boat. Because when I do it with the Kieranord one, oh no, it's exactly the same. Oh no, it's definitely different. So there's that.
Oh yeah, you're making way sharper turns.
And here's the other one. It's the same.
Honk honk.
Yeah, seriously, this guy's just messing around. It's so I figured out what the problem was. The reason I was seeing a delay is because the rudder hadn't fully turned yet. And when it hasn't fully turned yet, your character doesn't want to start turning the other way. So that's the same with every rudder, which kind of means that you can actually probably use the giant rudder just fine on the ship and have no issues, because they're literally
makes sense.
There's no issues. Yeah.
I mean, why would they bother programming so many different rudders?
I guess, but that also means that they're not affected by physics, just numbers go into this. So that's interesting. That's also interesting because if I go and dock this on the beach, will the rudder stop me? Because currently it doesn't stop me because it went through the ground earlier. We'll try that in a second. But yeah, it's interesting to say. Yeah. So the big difference here is weight. Weight means that the maximum speed of the ship will be slower. And that's fine. That makes sense. The maximum speed is going to be pretty slow. The maximum speed right now is 13. And if we dock this up here, you can't even see the rudder. It just goes to the ground. So yeah, that's not even a thing. All right, let me respawn the ship over here. And Nuno's probably focused on fixing up his keyboard.
He's no longer in chats.
Yeah, that sucks because that could be dead keys. What happened? That's what happened to my keyboard recently too. he's still hanging out, I guess.
On is on his laptop, is what he said.
Oh, yeah.
So that one's fine.
Alright, so, nothing too crazy. If I switch over to the Andelf Sea Breeze rudder, let's see if there's any significant differences here when I'm turning.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, nothing too considerable from what I'm thinking here. The maximum turning speed definitely goes up, but that's the maximum turning speed, and getting to that takes forever. Might not take as much on galleons, which is what it's meant for, but still. Alright, so... and then let's switch over to Siren Song. Turn here. Yeah, I don't think the rudder matters. It's just the weight. And weight just is for movement speed. So I think that's pretty much busted in terms of a bigger rudder is going to make you slower in a small ship. Now, does it go the other way? Can you have a super tiny little rudder making a giant ship go fast? Because if you can, that is a significant advantage. That can remove 1,000 weight from your giant galleon, and 1,000 weight on a galleon is 0.1 meters per second faster. Or no, 1,000 weight. Yeah, is it 0.1? Yeah, I think it's 0.1, which is significant, right? You take off all the trade packs, that's 0.2. Maybe it's 1 meter per second faster. Oh, I don't remember what it is, but I know that is a significant amount. I don't
0.1 doesn't seem significant, so let's hope it's 1.
Maybe. I mean, we can test that pretty easily. So let me bring out the galleon, and we'll try all the rudders on the galleon. I could just take off a bunch while going forward and seeing if seeing how much the maximum speed goes up. All right. Cool.
Ew. These
This is how I built my
celestial high speeds.
Oh man, those are the best. I don't know. All right.
And then there's one multi-purpose over here that's kind of lonely, along with your 3 harbor.
Good to know. Well, I really want multi-purpose cannons on there, but good to know is without a rudder you literally cannot turn or go forward, which is weird because oh no, you can go forward, you just can't turn. I'm surprised the steering wheel still exists. All right. Let's put on a little tiny baby rudder. Or no, should we just do the big one first? Let's do the big one first. So here's normal one. Here's normal loot.
Are we gonna do 360s again?
I think let's see. There should be a significant difference, right? So let's just look for significant differences. So here's us. We're moving around. We're turning. We're having a good time. We're being a boat. I think.
Whee!
We're
The friendship.
doing boat stuff. Boats of friendship with a giant flag, the demon. I don't know. All right. So I mean, it's pretty slow to turn as it is, right? Because it's a big boat. And there's a bunch of people turning in packs. I'm gonna get away from them. Go. He's like, what is this boat doing? Trust me, we're not doing anything that crazy. See ya. Alright, so now I'm gonna switch to the baby Carinord rudder. We're gonna see what this little baby rudder does. I have to go back to my harpoon ship and get the siren song, but it shouldn't make a big difference here. Alright, so let's switch over to the Carinord rudder. Bam! We got a little tiny baby rudder. It's not even in the water. It's so tiny. You can go check it out at the back of the ship. Look at that thing. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
It is. It's so adorable.
It's just a little stub. And it seems to be turning pretty well, actually.
8.9 degrees what I'm currently turning at. If I switch over to Lutzon and maintain that, I'm at 9.2, 9.3, 9.2, at 9.2, 9.3 degrees. That's what I'm turning right now. Oh, but now that my mast is turned, yeah, we're still 9.1, 9.2. If I turn back to the Carinord one, 8.9, 8.8. Okay, so the Carinord one makes you turn no, I'm back up to 9.2. So yeah, there's no difference with maximum turning speed between using the baby rudder and the giant Utsan rudder. Nua's back, so let me join him in. Hello, Nua.
Hello.
So, Anua, right now we're testing the baby rudder versus the big rudder on a galleon, and so far we're finding no differences. Um, which is so freaking hilarious to me. I'm gonna put loot songs on all my small ships and baby rudders on all my big ships, and that's gonna be how I roll.
Yep.
Oh my god. So let's do we'll do the 360-degree turn. So Jim, if you want to get in front of the ship.
Are you gonna be able to
So
see me?
I don't know the
Yeah,
future
sure.
of my keyboard, but I do. But it was only really my typing keyboard. I still have my gamepad's still fine, so I can still play.
Okay. Uh, that stuff happens, yeah. I mean, I just had to replace the keyboard as well. Luckily, keyboards are generally cheap. All right. Or at least cheaper than when it comes to like other computer parts.
Normal keyboards are cheap.
That's
Mechanical keyboards are not cheap.
This is true too, yeah. Cheap is a relative term as well. So I'm sorry about that. All right, so here's the baby rudder. And let me get the time stopwatch here. It should be mostly accelerations difference, since the turn speed, we know that it goes up to the same amount between the baby rudder and the big rudder. So here we go. Let's start it now. So it's important to note that in general, turning on galleons is pretty slow when you're standing still. And it's the same kind of when you're moving, but you generally don't notice it because you're in action or something. So this is the baby rudder. We're turning at 8.8 right now because we're not moving as well. And it's been 28 seconds so far. Let's keep going. And stop. Okay, cool. 45, 46 seconds. Alright, so Jim, if you want to get in front of the boat. I mean, this is the baby rudder. I mean, who knows? Maybe there is a significant difference. Alrighty, Zephyr rudder. You're on there.
We're good.
Alright. And then also, Anua, if you want to tell me when to stop, that would help, because I might be just a little smidgen off. Alrighty. And let's begin in a second here. So that was 46 seconds, and here we go with the next one. This is the normal rudder. Here we go. It's a big rudder to begin with. This thing is gigantic. On these galleons, I guess it makes sense, but putting it on like a little harpoon clipper is just so hilarious, and I can't wait. I'm gonna totally do that. I'm gonna put giant freaking rudders on everything if it definitely doesn't make a difference. It only seems like the most useful thing to do. So 30 seconds here so far. Yep, 46 seconds. There's no difference between using a big rudder and a little baby rudder. We didn't find any noticeable difference while moving.
Not until you start upgrading them. They're pretty much all the same except for weight.
But that's the thing, is that because they're all pretty much the same, you may as well use a baby rudder on your galleon.
On everything. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
And it works. That's actually really awesome. But most people don't. We're not really aware of this. People with the crazy Enuins, I mean, they probably have a fully upgraded rudder of one of the other ones. But if they don't, use a baby rudder on an Enuin. Freaking baby rudder's the best. Okay, baby rudders on all my big ships. So now I really want to see what turning speed does. So go ahead and hop back on the ship. And we know that the maximum turning speed with the loot song is 9.2. So we're going to hit that, and then I'm going to switch over to Andelf and see what happens to that speed. So I'm going to start now. We're using the loot song right now, and we'll see exactly what turning speed does, whether it's maximum speed or acceleration. So if it's maximum speed, bam, we figured it out. Otherwise, we got to test something else. So right now I'm just spinning around in circles, and I'm waiting until it goes up to maximum, which is 9.2, which is where we are right now, 9.2, 9.3. So now let's switch over to the handoff one. Here we go. And we're at 9.2, 9.3, 9.4, a little bit for like, oh, 9.5. 9.5. I mean, that's definitely not 2%. Okay, we're back down to 9.2. But it was able to get up there, which, it's so strange. What else could turning speed mean? Like the actual speed of the rudder moving? That's not going to make a significant difference, right? All right, let's do the 360-degree turn. So.
Actually, I should probably head off to bed at this.
All right, no problem. Thanks for helping
Yeah.
out, Jimpy.
No problem. See you around, dude.
Have a good one.
Too.
Alrighty. So, Nuo, if you want to hop over to the front of the ship,
Okay.
and you'll just be there. That works. Alright, and then I'm going to start timing. I'm going to do exactly what I was doing with Jimpy, and we're just going to stand still. So let's see what the difference is between this and the 46 seconds of the loot songwriter. So here we go. Turning speed is... I mean, it's only a 2% increase of increasing the turning speed compared to other ones. So, but it should be like, I don't know, 2% is still a pretty significant number when it, well, maybe not. If it's 9.2 normally, what's...
Try turning without a rudder on.
You can't, actually. It doesn't even let you.
Hmm.
But you can still go forward, which is funny. This is looking to be the same route. Let's see here. Yep. Same amount. It's a 46-second count. So, it's not a significant, like, it's not a noticeable difference. And it might just be because it's 2%. But let me do one calculation here really quick. 9.2 times 1.02. You know what? It probably is just turning speed maximum. Because 2% of 9.2 is 9.4, rounded up. So, maybe this is what it is. It's just the maximum turning speed, which... I don't know if people really need maximum turning speed in battle. But, you know, going up even by 10% isn't that crazy, right? Because that's only 0.9 better. So that's the Andelph rudder that we're talking about. Now, we don't have anything to test steering speed. Steering speed is the big deal. Steering speed is the thing that should theoretically increase acceleration. It's why that one is so popular among everybody. But what am I going to do right now? I'm going to switch my my galleon to have a baby rudder, and I'm going to make all my small ships have the big rudders, because it's so freaking hilarious. So let me just do that. In the meantime, that pretty much tests that. Not in full completion, because we haven't tested steering speed, but it's pretty obvious why that's pretty much the choice in everything. The big question is, if you put a steering speed rudder on something like, you know, the big steering speed rudder, the one for the Lutsan one, if you put that on, like, on, you know, this fishing boat or a clipper, is that going to go up in speed? Since technically it doesn't matter which rudder you put on this thing, theoretically that should actually help. I guess the big problem though is maximum speed, right? So actually I shouldn't put big rudders on this because the maximum speed will go down by 0.1.
Yeah.
But I don't really care. I think it's hilarious. Let me just do that. Oh my god, look at this thing. It turns so well too. Oh my god. It's just too funny. It does take down, so go ahead and hop on. And I'm gonna see what the difference is. I guess it's 500 kilograms. What's another 500? So I'm gonna go forward, see the maximum speed, and then I'm gonna reduce the weight by 1,000, just to see what happens. So maximum speed, go in one direction here. It's 12, 13, 13.5. Hopefully, don't hit the wall. 14. Oh, yeah, it's still going up. 14.5. Okay, we're gonna have to turn around. That sucks. We'll see exactly what the difference is here. Do you remember off the top of your head what the difference is between weight and movement, or and top movement speed is?
No. I don't.
Yeah, that's right, Hawk and Chaos. But we're doing it between giant boats and small boats, Hawk and Chaos. I'll show. Let me take that off the screen because we've finished checking the car boat thing. All right, so all right, let's go in one direction here, and hopefully we'll hit the. Yeah, we should be fine anywhere. So, maximum movement speed on a clipper, and then I'll reduce the weight by 1,000 just to see what the difference is. And 14.7 seems to be it. So now let me 14.8. Okay, bam, bam. 14.9, 15. Oh, god damn it. When we changed zones, it threw down our movement speed, which is a little bit strange there. I'd never actually known that was a thing. Alright. Yeah, Hawken. You know, everybody says that, take the Lutzong rudder, upgrade it. But, nobody's actually tested the other rudders yet. So we're doing that right now just to make sure. Now, that said, Hawken, you can actually technically put that rudder on every ship, including this one, right? Because, theoretically, it should affect every ship equally. And that's also a thing that we want to test as well. The Lutzong rudder on even, like, fishing boats and the clippers. Because, theoretically, it would still increase their steering speed without much crazy movement speed differences. So the difference here, you know, with 1,000 kilogram difference is 0.1 meters per second. Let's get on. It should slow down the speed to 14.9, 14.8. So 1,000 movement speed is actually 0.2 meters per second, at least on this boat, which I believe is the same on every boat. So if you want to use a big rudder compared to a little baby rudder on a fishing boat or a clipper, then that's a 0.2 meters per second maximum speed reduction. I mean, it still looks hilarious, so I'm going to keep that. I don't really care too much about that. I just like things that are hilarious. Obviously, if you're looking for something efficient, it is actually probably worth putting like a fully upgraded Seabreeze Lutzong rudder on a fishing boat or on a clipper, because the turn speed would be a little bit faster due to the acceleration increase. But that's really expensive to do, and it just makes more sense on a galleon, obviously. Still, I just find it incredibly hilarious that you can put a baby rudder on a galleon without anything. In fact, if anything, the baby rudder on a galleon makes it go faster because it's so light. So your maximum speed will go up by 0.2 meters per second, right?
Mhm.
Alright, let me put the... What's this thing above? Put that on my clipper. Well, no, I'll do that later. So that's pretty much tested that in full. Let's see. See if we can knock out one more thing here. So we'll test the differences between old and new cars later some other time, because there's a lot of different work that I want to do on that. But that is one thing that I want to test. I want to see exactly the differences. I want to see weight differences on slopes between the old and the new car, as well as acceleration differences. Because while everybody says that the speed of both cars is the same, I don't believe that the
It's
weight
not.
is taken into consideration. Oh, it's not? Do you know about that?
Well, basically, the new cars are heavier, which means that they go up slopes slower but go down slopes faster. And that's pretty much all I know about them.
Oh, okay.
Except
But the actual maximum speed is the same?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so that would make sense, and that would align with the theories that I'm thinking here. So we'll make sure about that later on. For now, if you want to come over to the coast, and Hawk and Chaos in chat, you're saying it makes no sense to do plus 40% turn speed to civil ships. I guess you mean the small ships. I mean, Why not? If that's something you want to spend a bunch of money on, technically you could. To have your small ship be, not 40%, but I think the maximum is 20% steering speed increase, which is pretty significant. And I can absolutely see that being useful if people actually use small ships in combat, which is generally not the case. So yeah, mostly everybody would do that to their galleon. They'd put a fully upgraded loot song thing on there. That's faster. That makes sense, obviously. But like the Andelf one that increases the maximum turning speed, totally not useful because who's actually turning at maximum speed? So we'll test one more thing here. I want to see just real quick the staff proc rate of the magic damage. Can't exactly test that here, so I'm going to make a portal over to, I guess we'll go over to Vero again. And I just want to see the proc rate on that. So that was a question people had. So let's do that. With all the differences now in how defense is calculated and the defense procs themselves, the defense penetration procs. Let's head over to Vero. We'll test this one really quick, document that down. The rest of them are pretty much known, but we'll add this to the documentation for that, and we'll put that up in our little Excel sheet that we've got for all the research that we have. All right. Cool. All right. Let's head over here, away from those guards. So I'm going to be using this really crappy staff, and I don't do any magic damage. In fact, I have 3 intelligence because I took everything out that I could from that. So I shouldn't be doing much damage to you with magic. I have to switch my class here to Blade Dancer, and then I'll just use Critical Discord because that works, right?
Yep.
That should proc it. Alright, cool. So, let's do that. So, I should be able to see the proc that happens in Magic Defense Penetration, which is this number, and it'll affect the next hit. It didn't always used to be this way, but as of like 2.5 or 3.0, it was changed to that. I don't remember. Do you remember which patch all that changed in?
No, we don't.
Alright. So here we go. Cast this on you. And I'm going to be looking at Magic Defense Penetration with Staff. I still believe it's a 10% chance to proc it, which is what we saw in pretty much most procs in the game. Do proc it. It shouldn't actually appear in defense penetration, but that doesn't seem to be happening. So we'll see one that just doesn't get absorbed at all, right? So I'm just going to watch the combat log as well. Alright, here we go. Let's keep going. Let's see if there's a hit here that doesn't get absorbed at all. Looks like it missed because I have very low accuracy. This doesn't look like it's being procced at all. So am I doing something wrong? Is the staff not procced like that? What if the staff only gets procced? Alright, so go ahead and heal yourself up. Do you still have the things on that account?
Yeah. Bun bringing on.
Okay. So that's not proccing the staff's thing. Do you have to do melee attacks in order to proc the staff?
No.
So am I just getting unlucky? So we've hit you a lot of times for a 10% proc. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Well, let's try this a little bit longer. Alright, let's see. What we got. No. This isn't proccing whatsoever. Alright, let me try hitting you for a bit. Okay, there we go. It actually just procced. My next hit is the 10,000 magic defense penetration. So that is confirmed. I don't know why it took so long to do, but here we go. Bam. Magic penetration buff. You gained the buff and then ended the buff right there in the same millisecond. And you absorbed... You still absorb things, I guess because you have toughness on.
Yeah, I have toughness on.
Toughness doesn't get affected. Oh, right. They changed it. Yeah, toughness gets affected by it. Right, of course. Or, sorry, doesn't get affected by the defense penetration like it used to.
I have toughness on, and I have magic damage reduction on.
Magic damage reduction actually doesn't even get counted in the combat log. It already gets reduced before it goes to that, so you wouldn't even know. But yeah, okay. So that's exactly what it does. Staffs have a proc. It's supposed to be 10%. I'm not sure why it took so long to test, but maybe I was just getting insanely lucky. So that means that I should even out. I should get lucky. So proc. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Alright, so essentially I want to know what the cooldown is on that, but I don't think we'll be able to find that out really quickly. The cooldown I know on the two-handed weapons, like the long spear for example, well actually just the long spear. The cooldown on that is 10 seconds for their proc. And the short spear is a 15-second proc cooldown. Right? I believe that's what the notes said. I have to scroll up for that. Yeah, so I would assume that the staff has a proc time of 10 seconds, but I don't have the actual magic to actually test that again. Because even if we did, we'd have to essentially make sure that it happens. So it's just procced at 13 seconds here. So let's see what procs again. That's 13 seconds. So the next time it procs. I don't know why it's not letting me cast. It's because I don't have mana.
No mana.
Oh my god. Forgot that's the thing. That I have almost no mana. Obviously. Yeah, I don't know why the proc time is so... Okay, there we go. Just procced. At, what is that? 46 seconds. Go ahead and heal yourself, too. During all this. So, there's 46 seconds of that minute. Next time it's going to proc. Let's see. If you're casting a lot of spells, fine, that makes sense, but I can't imagine that the actual proc time is like 20 seconds. Proc cooldown. Yeah, I'm just not getting lucky. So just procced again. Let's keep going again. Just procced at, what was that, 28 seconds this minute. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is actually a 30-second cooldown. Yeah, this is going to be really hard to test with just using Critical Discord. Okay, just procced again. That was at 2 seconds. Alright, we'll try this one more time to see if we can proc it in like some reasonable amount of time.
Man.
Keep using. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're over 15 seconds anyways. Over 25 seconds. 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. What is the 30-second cooldown? Just for fun, let's hit this RNG button. Nice. I'm using the blue blood staff, which makes it so that every time you cast magic, after, what is it, 30 stacks of casting magic, you get a button that you press, and it just does a random debuff on a person. It's pretty funny. Obviously, nobody uses that. It's a staff, so you can't just have it as an option. Alright, we'll have to figure that one out later. That's a little bit strange, but we'll probably find somebody who's got a little faster casting time, or just use fireballs and things like that. I don't want to waste too much time. We've already wasted tons of time. I'm still really sick, which kind of sucks. That's why I didn't want to stream on Saturday. And unfortunately, I really wanted to get stuff out of the way today for research, and we did what we could. Obviously, we tested the car going across the ocean, which was actually plausible. You can actually send a car across the ocean using harpoons. You'll just need probably 2 ships to do it, and you can't go too fast or it will actually break the line. But I think it's totally plausible to do. If you really want to send a car over the ocean, you harpoon it, no problem. And then what else did we look at today? We tested the whole turning speed versus steering speed, although we couldn't do steering speed. It's funny enough that just like baby rudders actually work just fine on bigger ships. It just means that they go faster because they have less weight. I want to get other things out of the way. Like I still want to test things like the dwarves and the warborns alternate abilities. If you can kind of merge them into regular battle. I want to test Cruel Binding, which is the defense level 55 abyssal skill tree skill. Just because I want to see that used on a boat that's moving and see if like everybody literally just gets pushed off the boat, or just what happens in general.
Cruel Binding is only a single target.
It is? Oh, and, when they showed it off on the live stream, it looked like it was multiple targets.
Well, from what I've heard, it's only a single target.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird. I just want to see it in general because nobody uses it. Nobody uses the defense skill tree, which is kind of a shame. Because the Captain America shield throw is actually pretty hilarious. Just because you can call yourself Captain America, I guess. And then I want to see the differences between the old and the new cars because of the weight, which should be obvious, but I really want to see that and collect data on that and see exactly what the difference is. The idea behind that particular one is that will let me know how to do future races. So I'd like to host races in the future, like legitimate car races in like Animar and Rookborn. I have essentially everything written down on that. I know how I'm going to do it. I know who I need to do it, what needs to happen, and so I just have to do it at some point. However, I need to know whether or not I have to have separate races for separate types of cars between the old versions of the cars and the new versions. Because if there is a significant difference, I can't mix the two because that'll be certainly an unfair advantage. So that's something for the future to think about as well.
There is even a significant difference between the 3 old cars.
That's true too, right? Just because of the rear wheel, front wheel, and all-wheel drives.
Yeah.
Now that difference itself on a racetrack shouldn't make. It'll obviously make differences, but if you're driving in rear wheel, you should know how to use it, right? If you're driving in four wheel, you have to take advantage of the car. As long as the top speeds are the same, and the momentum and angular momentum and everything is the same, that should be okay. Spinning out is a different, thing entirely.
I don't know if what am I saying? If the top speeds between the 3 different old cars are the same. At one point, it wasn't. I don't know if they patched it to that it is now.
No, they were the same. They were normalized. I don't think it ever was different.
They were definitely different.
Really? Wow.
Before, they had no cap on speed, and basically if you went down a steep hill very fast, you could gain a lot of speed, and it was kind of breaking the game, so they had to limit it. However, the Apex Squall got a limit of like 24 meters per second. No, it was 22. The Timber Coupe got a limit of 26, and then the red one, I forget what it's called, got a limit of 28.
Well, all of that got like really severely reduced in a recent patch too, right? Because now everything's down to 17. So I don't know. That was a big thing when everything got nerfed. Because everybody's like, oh man, it got nerfed. It sucked.
I don't think it got all the way down to 17.
Well, it is for the new car, and I can beat all the old cars in races, in terms of like pack races and stuff.
Is it a cap at 17 or a driving at flat hill at 17?
Sorry, I'm talking about driving on a flat surface. Yeah. If you're driving downwards, I think the cap is 24.3 for the new car. But that's only if you're going in a downward slope if you're going in a downward slope. It's actually 24.7, I believe. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
The top speed on a flat surface isn't limited by top speed. It's limited by how fast the car moves on a flat surface.
Which I believe is the same between the old vehicles and the new ones, or should be, but maybe not. So I want to see all that. All those things I want to test as well. That'll help me know exactly how to do that race and everything involved in that. But otherwise, that's it. I'm still super sick. Things are like really off today just because of that. Just because, you know, we're chilling, we're trying to get all this stuff.
Yeah,
done.
the cap going downhill on the timber coop is 30 meters per second right now. I just tested. I hit 30 and stayed at 30 for a few seconds.
Oh, that is a significant difference. That'll be good to know. That's not going to make any differences in the race because the races are all mostly.
Like driving at flat surface, what I hit is 14.9 meters per second.
14.9. That sounds familiar to me.
That's a flat surface with no turn.
All right, we'll test that stuff later. I don't want to waste time with that right now. That'll be for the next time when we do a research stream. For now, I think that's pretty much everything that we're going to be doing. Yeah, that's pretty much everything we're going to be doing. Hopefully by the next stream, which is going to be Thursday at 9 p.m. Central, I'm feeling a lot better. We can get everything a little bit more organized. We don't have to build a boat during the stream and get everything tested in a much more fairly timed manner. If you guys have any suggestions of things that you want tested as well, please head over to the Arcade Research and Development Discord. All of our research is kind of stored there. All of the past stuff as well is all up there. There's a lot of cool things. And of course, if you're interested in the project and want to help out, that'll be the best place to start as well. Again, the Research and Development Discord is all about testing different mechanics in Arcade, as just like how ridiculously complex this game is. We're trying to solve as much as we can. It is really cool, and the possibilities are always kind of insane with what you can do in this game, just because Arcade is really just a collection of mechanics put together, and I think that it's interesting to discover everything. So that's that. Otherwise, yep, like I said, Thursday at 9 p.m. Central will be the next time we stream. Again, hopefully I'm feeling all right. And then that is it. Nuo, thank you so much for helping, and then Jimpy helped a little bit earlier as well. Nuo, anything else you want to say before you head out, or before we close this out?
No, I'm good.
All right, and Nuo, you can catch him as well on his live stream channel. What is that again? I always forget.
Nuo underscore NAQO underscore.
Nuo underscore NAQO.
I'll
yeah, go ahead.
type.
Link it in the chat. That's fine. Or you can just find him at Nuo NHOU. That should be good. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. I'll document all this stuff in the Excel sheet. Put that into the Arcade Research and Development Discord. I'll see you all later. Good day.